up, Cube Xeno back with you. And this is actually going to be a live video. Not like a live streamed video. Sorry for any background noise now. But like I'm not just overlapping audio to this. I'm recording it using my GoPro. I have a head mount for my GoPro, which actually you guys will know by now because the Incredicoaster stuff was coming out and stuff. But I figured I'd record something that I could upload fairly directly and not have to like fish for footage with or whatever. And it just seemed easiest to slap on the GoPro and just whenever I felt like talking, hitting the record as I go down the road. I've got quite a ways to go before I get where I'm headed, so I don't mind recording this. Actually, for the fun fact, I don't know how much. Well, I guess I've talked about it on the gaming channel a little bit. Maybe I think I did talk a little bit about it on like the vlogs and stuff that have come out. This is actually the road. I'm not far now, actually. I think I'm only 15 miles or so from where my accident happened back in July. So yeah, you guys will actually get to see that because I might be talking long enough for that to be a thing. So I do want to apologize that there's some old and newer podcast content coming out later than I really want it to be. Obviously, you know, the one that just went up was in June that I recorded that, so, you know, some of these are old and some of these are fairly new. But this is, I don't know that I'm going to label this as like a podcast thing. I don't even know if my brain is all over the place. I don't even know if I said welcome to the podcast or what, but anyway, this is going to be interjected among all that. I might do a little bit of editing, but then I'll upload this pretty much as it is once I get home, because I'm on my way home to go home for my days off, so hopefully tonight I can get this edited and uploaded to the vlog channel. But there might be a few things I bring up that should be covered in a few podcast episodes, but I just kind of wanted to catch some stuff up just in case it takes me a while to still get around to doing the rest of the podcast episodes. So the first thing I would like to cover, to just get it out of the way now, I think there's like other content that's talked about this, but anyway, so the gaming channel, I set a goal in one of the podcast episodes, and I think I've referenced it a couple times since then, and I realized that I was getting a little butthurt about not having a climbing subscriber count, and realized that I didn't really publicly talk about the incentive for that. So for those of you who haven't caught the brief couple of mentions that have been to that, if by March 31st the gaming channel receives 100 subscriber goal reach, which right now I'm at 22 subscribers, so that would only require 78 people to subscribe, then I will en masse during the month of April post all of the salvageable content that I have from the Chaotic Cubes archive. So that means the vast majority of my old videos that I still have, which, to be fair, is nowhere near the vast majority of all the old videos I ever had, because I've lost a lot over the years, will be posted. So, that's the thing. Otherwise, I'll still pick and choose the way I want to. I do want to go out of my way to say that the highlight video that I'm going to be doing for the 10th anniversary, I've been struggling to get clips I feel happy with to do it. So it may take a bit longer. I'm still planning to get it out, but it may take a bit longer and be a bit shorter than I was originally planning for it to be. For those of you saying, "Oh, your head's not moving that much," I've actually, as far as the mirror thing goes, because sometimes I move my head a lot, and sometimes I just move my eyes. Just in case people are wondering about that, it's not that I'm not checking my mirrors; it's just that I'm not moving my eyes as much, or moving my head as much with my eyes. Anyway, but yeah, so that might be a little bit behind. I know that the gaming channel's been really hurting for content lately, and I am going to try to get back on the ball with that. It's been rough lately. I got hurt, and then I didn't feel like recording that much, and when I did feel like recording, stuff was going on, or people were sleeping, or what have you, and so I just didn't end up doing it. But yeah, I did want to announce, although my initial trip I was going to take to Disneyland this year got canceled, I am in the midst of planning a trip to Disney World, as well as Universal Orlando, where I will try to see about at least doing a vlog with my sister, who now lives in Orlando. I hope I get to do that. That should be pretty fun. I also want to try to get her on for a podcast every now and again. I'm going to try harder to get people in for the podcast, even when it can't be somebody who's strictly a member of the group, just like reaching out and getting particular people on to talk about particular things. If you guys have suggestions for podcast topics, please feel free to suggest them either in the comment sections of any podcast episode, or you can submit email suggestions. This has been in the description of gaming channel videos for a little bit now, but I don't know that I set it up for the vlog channel. You can submit suggestions. Just put suggestion, or like if it's particular for the podcast suggestion, in the topic, in the subject line, and you can submit email suggestions to CubeXeno, that's CUBXENO @gmail.com, and I'll check them, I'll read them. I might not always respond to them, and I might not always go with the idea, but I will see them up here. I do check that email fairly regularly. But yeah, if you guys have any suggestions for topics to talk about with people, I would love to hear them. There's a few of my friends who I want to not only just induct into the group in general, but also just to get involved and get around to like talk about stuff. So yeah, I am also going to be doing a bit of a I have a really bad habit of picking up games right, well, you know, in the middle of doing a different game. But I'm going to be doing a special run on games. I haven't really decided which one yet. I did just finish Link's Awakening, the Switch reboot. So, that's something that I might consider. But I'm trying to think of when I could do it with my emulator. Not necessarily as something for the 10th anniversary, but just a sort of bringing back the vibe of the retro game stuff. I've also been wanting to get back into Metroid since the remastery just came out, so Metroid's kind of a talked about subject again. I know that Metroid Prime 4 is something that I'm really looking forward to in the coming couple years from now. I don't know exactly when it's coming out. And I'm also thinking about doing a spin-off podcast, or maybe just making it part of this podcast, where I go outside of just the realm of, I mean, really, mainly, aside from talking about myself, we've really only done video games and, like, mental health stuff, for the most part. But going outside of that and, like, doing dedicated pop culture review type stuff. Because I kind of feel like, I don't know, I feel like, because this got spawned by the fact that the birth of the Transformers podcast that we're planning is kind of getting delayed a little bit, but I still kind of want to get to do stuff like that and talk to people about it, but not necessarily just about Transformers. Because, like, Maddie, there's a lot of stuff that she wants to see and hasn't seen, and a lot of stuff she doesn't want to see and hasn't seen, but that I want to show her. I know she has really been struggling to sit through Space Odyssey. We have made it over halfway through the movie now, but for any of you who have watched 2001: A Space Odyssey and haven't read the novelization, the first 20 minutes or so is really fucking boring. The novelization, like, makes it easier to sort of understand what's going on and give context, but the movie, it's just a whole lot of dun 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 dun, with, you know, 60s era sort of makeup. That was another thing that Maddie and I wanted to do, and we also want to sort of, like, do reactions separately as well. We want to try to go back and redo the live reaction we did for Boba Fett. But the other thing that we really talked about doing is doing live reactions for things like what I'm getting at, which is Planet of the Apes. And that's going to be really exciting for me. You know, I grew up watching the classic Planet of the Apes. My mom was a big fan of them. They were some of her favorite movies. The only one I didn't watch until I was much older was the last one, because we didn't have it in our VHS collection. But yeah, so I just have a few ideas that I kind of want to, like, try out and, you know, see how things go, how people receive them. But I do want to let you guys know that when I do go to Disney, regardless of when that ends up happening, because we're trying to figure out scheduling it right now, I do plan on doing ride recordings, because, my goodness, that did amazing. You know, I didn't expect to get almost 3,000 views on the Incredicoaster, and so I'm definitely gonna go to the lengths of making sure that I can make more content like that for you guys. Unfortunately, there are a few things like Star Tours, for instance, that although I can record in there now, yeah, I'm not going to the trouble of trying to, like, hold the flight glasses over the thing. So you guys will just have to put up with some of the screen doing weird things and stuff. I I'm going to try to ride a lot of rides while I'm in Disney World. And like I said, I really want to do a, sorry for the background noise, because the blinkers are kind of annoying. Blinkers in this truck are just really loud. They show up in a few episodes of the podcast of me rambling, because a lot of the time I'll set it up so I can use the voice memo thing on my phone and just hit record. You know, I'll pull off at one of these pull-offs right before I get into this area, and I'll hit record and then just start driving and clip it down later. I'm getting close to where my accident happened, actually. I'll point it out as I go by. I do want to get to do a podcast with my sister at some point. I've got a couple of topics that we want to talk about that actually, honestly, I think other people will like to talk about it too. One of them is hopefully going to be pretty fascinating. And I'm hoping that I can sort of follow up on it with people who don't get to be there but end up popping in later. One of the topics I have that I want to discuss with her, which is very interesting to me, is, I don't mind announcing it, it's about feasible life. So it's sort of a life as we don't know it, but what's reasonable to expect sort of topic. And in that, I was going to talk to her, because before she got the degree she has now, one of the things she studied was like, how do you explain it? It's kind of like the folklore thing, but focusing on like the effect that these urban legends of stuff like say the chupacabra, or I don't want to say the monster from the Black Lagoon, but like that sort of stuff. So she has some background in studying that stuff from the aspect of like a college course. And I have a little bit of experience in that as well, but I also have it from, studying it by myself. I've always found a vast interest in things like monster stories and, urban legends, the chupacabra, I don't want to count like Slenderman and stuff in between there, but like, honestly, Slenderman is a modern day cryptid. Like, for all intents and purposes, Slenderman is what Bigfoot has been for ages. Yes, it's all a meme, but still, like, that sort of thing. I mean, maybe Bigfoot's a meme in reality basis, I don't find it impossible that something like a Sasquatch exists, but also, something like a Slenderman could exist, I suppose. But I know that the main reason why it's a pop culture thing is all a meme. But that's okay. But we'll talk about things like the Loch Ness Monster, and like what we could expect upon, once mankind reaches an alien world that's like enough to our own to present life like us or not like us. Sort of like, what would that expect? I'm sure it'll be a topic that might even get visited more than once in the times that she shows up. But there's other topics that her and I like share a common interest in, but that's just one of the most fascinating that I've found. I'm probably also gonna get her on at some point to have just a totally like Zelda-centric discussion. This is where my accident happened, right up here. I might have already passed it. Give me a second, I'll tell you. Might not be past it yet. Just because she is the one that got me like really interested in Zelda. Like, I was knee-high from a gravel pit sitting in her lap helping her play Ocarina of Time on the N64. Like, she was literally Like, I guess my mom technically was the main reason, but, like, she was really the main reason I got so into Zelda. Oh, I also want to do a bunch of trailer reactions here coming up shortly, but I'm going to do those with Maddie. But I do need to, like, get a setup done up to do stuff like that. I do not currently have one. Okay, so yeah, I did pass that site. Sorry guys, I missed it. Maybe I'll put in text. Oh, it's right here. But yeah, I think that'd be really fun. When I go to Disney, I don't think that I will do something too intensive. Like, I don't think we'd record the Feasible Life one in person. But also, you know, I'd enjoy just to, you know, get to have that input and that time with her even as well. She works a full-time job as well, so schedules are weird. And now that she lives on the East Coast, and, you know, we're 3 hours apart in time, because I live on the West Coast, it kind of complicates the matter a little bit, because, you know, you know, she gets off work and I'm still at work, and then I get off work. I mean, most of the time when I'm getting off work, it's so late it's not even funny. The last couple days I've gotten off work fairly early in comparison to my normal times. But yeah, that should be fun. And I know that I want to get a couple people on, like, I have a friend, I have to get him to, like, install Discord and stuff, that what he does is, like, paints miniatures and stuff, and I want to talk to him about that sort of experience and stuff like that. But yeah. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoy this stuff. If you do, please make sure to slap that like button. It lets me know that you did. And leave feedback in the comment section down below. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell so you see when I upload. I know I haven't been great about regular uploads on the vlog channel. I'm going to try to be better about that in the future. Maddie and I might record putting together the cat tree that showed up today. I don't know how much assembly is required on it, so. But yeah, we got our kitty a new cat tree. Oh, also, I guess I wanted to bring this up real quick. I'm gonna try to start doing some streams in the coming weeks here, and I want to do like model building. Because I have a few like Starship models, and sort of like figure out a way to stream it. I think I have to get, I most definitely believe I'm gonna have to get a external webcam to do it with, so that OBS can capture that and that I can angle it and stuff. But I also wanted to do a few AMA and play streams. But yeah, so that's something I definitely want to do. But yeah, don't forget to support the channel, the podcast. Everything I do can be supported over at Patreon, patreon.com/CubeXenoLP. Pretty soon here, I'm going to try to start getting reaction and review stuff up and stuff like that. I'm also planning on doing a Patreon exclusive hardcore Let's Play, and see how that goes. I'm going to do a hardcore Minecraft Let's Play in Patreon and see how that goes. I'm going to pick a pack here soon. It's going to be a modded hardcore Let's Play. And it's not going to be like a normal HQN pack. Well, it might have like a quest thing in it, but you know, I might do that. I might do something like a exclusive Agrarian Skies or something, that'll just be patrons can do stuff. I'll set up like incentives, like I don't know. We'll figure that out. it's something that I've got the work in progress in. And also, don't forget, if you don't want to subscribe as a regular supporter of the channel, you can also one-time donate, or I guess depending on how much you do, it might be the equivalent to like a cheer or whatever on Twitch of on any stream or video that I put out. It doesn't matter if I'm streaming. If you want to donate, it's at streamlabs.com/CubeXenoYT. That's again CUBXENOYT. It's same as the gaming channel, actually. That is the name of the gaming channel is CubeXenoYT. And also put in suggestions for games you want me to do, guys. Very soon, I'm going to be opening my, I don't know that I want to call it fan server, but basically that's what it is, my viewer server on Discord. So you guys will be able to, from the links in videos, join a Discord where you can interact with me, you can make suggestions, and I will put out for people to join to play games with me. I'll host Gmod matches, I'll do Among Us, and play with viewers. And you guys might also get to play with some of the Cubes crafters as well. That's probably going to be a slow launch. Like, I'll open it up first, and then I'll start setting up people can play with me sort of stuff. I haven't figured out bots yet, so I gotta figure that out. Because right now it'd just be like joining a Discord server that your friend just put up, sort of thing. But yeah, and also when I do record things like APOC or whatever, I'll also put out announcements saying, hey, I'm playing on APOC right now. If you want to be in another video or whatever, if you want to be in a video when I post next week's, or whatever, Dungeons, Dragons, and Space Shuttles, or Hexit, or whatever. I haven't been on there in a bit. Actually, I might have lost my claim on there. I haven't been on there in a little bit. Then you guys can hop in and either, if I'm in, like, I'm doing a private voice thing, I might be like in a voice thing. I'll be like, anybody who wants to hop in during this period of time can. Or I can also do like text notification. Hey, I'm live on APOC, and I'm in APOC's voice chat. So if you want to come play and not just interact with me, but anybody else I might be interacting with, then that's an option there too. But yeah, so I'm just spitballing a bunch of ideas. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will catch you guys later. Don't let skeleton stay on the way out, and I will see you when I see you.